Hi, this is Jana. Welcome to my kitchen. Tonight it is red beans and rice, and there are many ways to do this. This is my way, and I hope that you like it. I don't even always use a ham bone, but I happen to have ham for Easter, and I had put the ham bone in the freezer, and so I did this. If you don't have a ham bone, it's okay. You can skip this part. Skip to the good part. And so I've got 4 cups of chicken broth. If you don't have chicken broth, use water. This is a really forgiving recipe, okay? And so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add 4 cups of chicken stock. And then I've got 1 large onion, and I just chopped it. You can mince it as small as you like if you have family members who don't like onion, because then they won't even know that it's in there. And so now we're going to cover this. We're going to let it simmer for about an hour, okay? And then we're going to come back. This is perfect to do where you just throw it all in there in the morning in a crock pot. But some people aren't crock pot people, so we're going to do it this way today. And we'll be back and we're going to finish off the recipe. Super, super easy. All right, we are back, and I just got done browning our sausage that's going to go into this, and some of them might look like they're overdone. Oh no, that's called caramelized, and it is delicious. This is in Alabama, it's called Conaque. It's a hickory smoked sausage. The aroma off of this stuff is amazing. I don't know if you can look for it where you live, but it is so delicious. But you don't have to brown it first, but we do, because it adds flavor and it renders out some of that fat that I'm going to put into this. So I've got my fire off over there. Okay, now there is our ham that's been simmering for an hour. I'm going to remove it, set it aside, and debone that. Get the meat off, and oopsie daisy, part of the ham here. Not that that would hurt anything. There we go. So now into this pot, I'm going to turn up my fire a little bit. I have 4 cans of red beans. You can buy red beans in dry and soak them overnight. That will work too. This is a fast version for when you think of doing this at the end of the day. Not the night before. Doesn't matter. 4 cans of red beans. They're by all the other beans. And I drained those. Okay, I'm going to throw these in the trash because they're going to get in my way. Now I'm going to add in that sausage. As much or as little as you want. I'm going to add in 1/3 cup of bacon grease. Yes, I said bacon grease. You know why? These are so creamy. They are so delicious. And then I've got 4 cloves of garlic. Get that all mixed up. I have some black pepper. In the description box below is going to be all of the amounts. Got some of that garlic yet. And I've got some smoked paprika. I've got some liquid smoke, not very much. That stuff is powerful. You do not have to add that, especially since I added the smoked paprika. I've got some garlic powder. I have some hot sauce. Now that After you're done cooking this and everything's mixed and ready to go, you're going to add that to your taste. Everybody's taste is different. And then I've got some Tony's Cajun Creole seasoning. I have 2 bay leaves because mine were tiny. You can just add 1 if you want to. And then I have half a stick of butter. Wow, you said that's fat. You don't have to add all of that if you don't want to. But we love red beans and rice, and it's so creamy because once those beans cook down and I take those bay leaves out, I'm going to use my immersion blender and I am going to blend up a little bit of those beans. You don't have to do that either. Okay, now that's it. Like I said, if you're doing crock pot, you can put the ham, you can have everything in there all at the same time. And when you get home from work, just take the ham bone out and everything else is gonna be done. Take the meat off the bone and put it back in. And you don't even have to use ham. Most of the time, if I don't have a ham bone, I just use the sausage. But you do what your family likes. You can, put in chicken if you want, but we just stick with red beans, rice, sausage. We'll be back. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, we are ready to eat. And so I let these simmer. You can see how much they simmered down. I took the lid off for them to cook down. And if you don't like them this loose for your red beans and rice, because it kind of thickens up as it cools a little bit. If you don't like them that much, reduce the amount of liquid, because I used 4 cups. I used 1 cup of water per can of drained beans, and this is the consistency that I got. And then I took my good old masher, potato masher, and I went through and see there's still beans in it, but my husband likes his kind of like a gravy, and so that's what I did. And so I mash them up with a potato masher. And so then I cooked my rice. And by the way, I thought cooking tip for you all is I take a brush, or you can even use a paper towel or whatever, when I get my rice and water in, and I go around the edge. It's not this high when I do it because it hasn't bulked up yet, but I take oil, olive oil or butter, whatever you want, around the edge of my pan, and then I put the lid on it and cook the rice, and guess what? It doesn't boil over that way, as long as you have your temperature controlled. And so, anyway, that's how I do my rice. So here is my rice scooper. I'm gonna this is how we do it. Some people put the rice on top. This is for my husband serving. Got to get out my scooper. And then I've got the red beans, and now the rice. And I'm messy today. I need a paper towel. I kind of put it around the edge like this. And then I've got some chives from my garden, my husband's garden. I don't garden. I harvest. You can use parsley, something just to give a little color. And something fresh is always good. And then a piece of cornbread. The first piece is always the doozy to get out. Well, I broke that one up. There we go. And it is time to eat at our house. Thank you for stopping by Jana's Kitchen. Don't look at the messy bowl. I have to wipe it up before I give it to him. But I thank you for stopping by my kitchen, and I think that maybe you should try this. Please hit the like, hit the subscribe, and please stop back to Jana's Kitchen.